Before we begin the video, we here at 3 Count Mafia would like to extend our condolences to the family of Harley Race, who passed away August 1st at 12 o'clock. He was a true legend of the game, a industry veteran that was admired and respected by competitors and friends alike, a former King of the Ring, and a former 8-time NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. We here at 3 Count Mafia, myself, Mainstream Malcolm, and Rodimus Prime, would like to extend our condolences to the family and to the King himself. Long live the King, requiescant in pace. Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of the 3 Count. I'm War Machine MJ.
I'm Rodimus Prime.
We are the 3 Count Mafia. We are here today to talk about the network stuff leading up to TakeOver Toronto. Now, we'll start the show off with NXT UK because this guy has not seen NXT UK all the way.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get to that, shall we? We started the show off with with good old Imperium.
Yes. Well, I did see.
Oh wait, no, my bad. We started the show off with Johnny Saint and Tom Hanks.
Sid Scala!
Sid the Squid.
Yeah.
Psycho Sid. Just all those nicknames Cassius Ohno gave him.
Didn't Sid say they called me Suave Sid or something like that?
I probably.
Suave Sid. No.
Anyway, they basically talked about TakeOver
Cardiff.
Cardiff, thank you. I wanted to say it was somewhere in Scotland. But yeah, they talked about TakeOver Cardiff, and before they could run down the card, they were interrupted by Imperium. And Marcel Barthel laced into this great promo, just talking about how the ring is sacred, this, that, and the other, their mission statement. And they were threatening old Johnny Saint and Sid Squid Scala. Nigel raps on him too, on commentary too.
Oh my god. Who doesn't Nigel go off on?
Zach Gibson.
Okay.
The grizzled young vets.
Grizzled!
Anyway, yeah, they start threatening them to leave, or, you know, Imperium's going to make them leave. And out pops a very Trent Seven looking Tyler Bate. Yeah, because he had the big beard and all. He looked like Trent Seven. I got confused for a second.
But he looked like Trent Seven, but smaller.
Yeah. He chased them off, and Johnny Saint... Well, no, it was Sid Scala, because Johnny Saint doesn't talk that much.
Yeah.
Anyway, Squid Scala basically said, yeah, Volta, you're going to defend against Tyler Bate at Cardiff. That'll be an alright match.
Oh, yeah.
Next, we had Gallus. It's still great. Still love it.
Awesome.
Anyway,
best pose in all of WWE.
Sure doesn't beat out this.
That is true. Don't beat this.
Don't beat that. Or it doesn't beat out.
Or
ironic. Anyway, yeah, we kicked off the in-ring section of it with Gallus's Mike Coffey and Wolfgang.
did he come out there just killing the vibe?
Who, Wolfgang?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Everything was, you know, as it should be.
Everything was kosher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
They defeated Pretty Dangerously, that's what their team name is. Sam Stoker and Lewis Howley.
The fuck?
Yeah. They've popped up on UK before.
I probably don't remember.
Yeah, they're pretty deadly.
Oh god.
Anyway, apparently they're building to Bomber Dave Mastiff against Joe Coffey.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There was a backstage segment with Jordan Devlin, basically whining and complaining to Squid I got tongue-tied.
You
Squid Scala.
You almost call him... Yeah, yeah.
I tried to call him Squid Scala, but my tongue got tied.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically whining and complaining to him, why is Tyler Bate getting an opportunity? Me and I absolutely smashed it with Walter the other day, which sounds like an innuendo.
Mm-hmm.
But Sid was like, okay, you know what? I'll think it over. But tonight you face another member of Imperium, Alexander Wolf. So yeah. Next we had Danny Luna getting eradicated by Rhea Ripley.
That's nothing new.
Nothing new. Absolutely.
I mean, Rhea Ripley basically says anybody who steps in the ring with me will basically get destroyed.
Yeah. There was a video package between Toni Storm and Kaylee Ray. It was pretty alright. They talked about their history together.
Mm-hmm.
And how Kaylee Ray's just going to destroy Toni Storm. I got Kaylee Ray to win that match.
Yeah, I feel like it's obvious she's going to win.
Yeah.
Toni. I got tongue-tied also. I almost called her 20. Toni Storm.
She's not a Tony. She's a 20.
Anyway, it's obvious she's going to drop the belt to Kaylee Ray.
Yeah. She's probably one of those champions that are better off chasing the belt rather than getting the belt.
Right.
Like Tony Nese. He was better chasing it than getting it.
Right.
But that led us to our main event, Alexander Wolf making his NXT UK debut against Jordan Devlin. This was a really good match. Both these guys tore it up, gave it everything. However, in the end, Wolf put Jordan Devlin to bed with a sit-out powerbomb.
Nice.
Yeah. Next, we move on to 205 Live.
Yeah, just like SmackDown, they were live from Memphis, Tennessee. So yeah, I thought this show was pretty decent, especially the main event, the tag team match, so on and so forth. We start off with Akira Tozawa and the Brian Kendrick taking on
the Bollywood Blondes.
Oh God, the Singh brothers. They do enough dancing and prancing and hot dogging and showboating as it is.
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I mean, besides the Singh brothers giving out their fake awards, this match was alright. Of course, Akira Tozawa and the Brian Kendrick got the win. They make a pretty damn good tag team.
Yep. Next, we had a video package from Humberto Carrillo.
Aiden English's Wet Dream.
No homo, but this cat is still good looking.
Yeah, I mean, like we say time and time again on the show, we're not going to go on a tangent like Aiden English. I get he's a fan of his, but I mean, he just goes on and on and on about, oh, he's so good looking, he's so handsome, he's this, he's that. We get it.
But from our camp, real recognizes real.
Facts.
We're confident enough in our masculinity, we can admit things.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, basically he says, nobody in his family has ever won a WWE Championship, and he wants to take the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, so he's gunning for Drew Gulak and his Cruiserweight title.
Next, there was a backstage segment from Lucha House Party.
Yeah, I found this to be very weird because they were being interviewed by, what's the blonde girl's name?
Oh, I forget.
I forget her name too, but anyway, she was interviewing him, and Lindsay Dorado, Well,
before we get to Lindsay Dorado, Kalisto was on the Real Recognize Real.
Yeah.
He was saying he's one of the best 205 Live guys we got,
Yeah.
Basically, giving him his props.
Yeah. And then Lindsay Dorado, to me, and the commentary team was like this as well, he kind of came left field with what he said. He was like, wait a minute. No disrespect. I like Humberto Carrillo too. But he talks about, he keeps talking about Lucha Libre. I show it. He just talks about it. So what's he really done? I'm kind of like,
Well,
that's kind of odd.
They made the point of saying that Lindsay Dorado is the hothead of the trio.
I can see that.
He also said, if I was in that match, you guys wouldn't have lost. Humberto did not beat me.
That is true.
So valid points are made.
Yeah, I just found that to be kind of left field. Like, I didn't expect that. I mean, even though he has a point, he was not pinned in the match, nor was he in the match.
Yeah.
But I was kind of thrown off by that.
Yeah, we're probably going to get in an intermediate feud because they're obviously going to push Carrillo to be one of Drew Gulak's next challengers. Maybe even take the belt off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're probably going to get a program between Carrillo and almost want to say Dorito for a second there. Dorado.
Lindsay Dorito. There you go.
That
Golden Links Doritos coming soon to a store near you.
I want to make that joke, but Nigel already made that joke when he first joined the 205 panel.
Yeah.
So yeah, that joke's already taken.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lindsay Dorado, he took on Arya Daivari.
Now, the last time we saw Arya Daivari, he ended up losing in a anything goes match against Oni Lorcan, which was a pretty damn good match.
It's a damn good match, and the story that they were given, you know, of his absence was he took 3 weeks off to, you know, kind of refocus.
Yeah, Nigel was like, you know, he went to the Florida Keys, he got a tan, he went to his one of his spots down there, you know, kind of refresh a bit, you know what I'm saying? But getting back to this match, this was nice.
This was a good match for what it was.
Yeah. Lindsay Dorado got the win, by the way. They tried to play it up like it was some controversy, like Arya's shoulder was up, so he necessarily didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
But Lindsay ended up getting the win, however. Then we move on to a message from Drew Gulak. He talked about who his next challenger would be for the Cruiserweight Championship at the biggest show of the summer, SummerSlam. Now, he mentioned that if Mike Kanellis wins his match later on in the show, he might be the next challenger. If not, he's going to be waiting to see who stands across the ring from him to get pain and punishment from the champion.
I can say this about the Cruiserweight Championship match at SummerSlam. Drew Gulak's going to retain.
I could see that, or they might swerve us and have somebody take it off of him. But I feel like it's too early to take it off of him.
No, I feel like it's too late to build to that kind of conclusion. Because they've still got 1 week of TV to name a number one contender.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely no time to build a story around it.
And it's pretty much pointless because all they've shown are video packages of Humberto Carrillo. And he made it clear that he wants to be Cruiserweight Champion.
Yeah.
So why would you try to cram everything into a 1 week span knowing that the biggest show of the summer that you have is on that Sunday?
I don't know. Tell that to SmackDown and their whodunit story.
Facts.
Speaking of Bitch Canel, well, okay, I take that back. We're going to call him Mike on this one because he had a great showing this week.
He did.
It was an unsanctioned match between Drake Maverick and Mike Kanellis, which I'm still kind of bummed out about the unsanctioned thing.
Yeah, now on the Raw and SmackDown review, like we said, we're going to start calling him a bitch because he's a bitch. But on 205, we're going to change that narrative because he had a nice showing.
Now,
Excuse me.
The part I'm bummed out about the unsanctioned match is AEW went through all the decorum before their unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
Made a point of saying the show has officially ended. We're going to bring the house lights down, bring them back up, and then it's going to be the unsanctioned match.
Yep.
They made a point to separate that from the official match card.
Yeah.
They made no attempt at that whatsoever.
Now, before the show started, they basically played this up throughout the show. They showed what happened, 5-6 months ago between these two and how Mike has basically wanted out of all of this a Cruiserweight Championship shot. And every time he gets into a match, he ends up losing. He'll win every now and then.
He'll lose by that much.
Yeah. But for the most part, his win-loss record on 205 is not great. And they showed 2 months ago where he asked him, and Drake was like, what kind of GM would I be to give you a championship shot when all you do is lose, lose, lose no matter what?
Yeah, they even showed Drake Maverick's sucker punch.
Yeah. I still say that was a pretty good sucker punch because he decked him.
I love sucker punches. Still, my favorite has to be that sucker punch Becky threw at Charlotte.
Man.
She didn't see that one coming until it's too late.
I mean, she hit her square in the jaw.
Square. Oh, I loved it. Anyway, but yeah, this unsanctioned match, for the better part of a match, it was one-sided in
Mike Kanellis.
I wanted to call him somebody else, but anyway.
Yeah. Now, before the match, they showed his wife, the pregnant 24/7 champion.
The first pregnant champion.
Yes. Maria. She just walked by him like, like looked him up and down and just walked off.
Yeah.
And she was watching in the locker room as her husband was basically beating down the general manager. And, you know, like you said, for the most part, this was all Mike. And, you know, we saw a real vicious side of Mike that we've never seen before since being on 205. And I got to say, despite the stuff he goes through on Raw, he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah. We talked about Seth Rollins selling during his beatdown.
Yeah.
Drake Maverick sold the shit out of this match.
Everything he did, he sold it. Like, especially like when his back hit the rails.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally just sold it like somebody just threw something at him.
Yeah. He sold it, and, you know, we all know that he used to wrestle before he came to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But he sold it like he had never wrestled before.
Yes, and Mike, he just had that vicious aggressiveness about him, and he was just basically proving a point like, this is what I've wanted all along, and you've stopped me from being what I want, and that's the Cruiserweight Champion. You've ruined my life, you've ruined my marriage, so on and so forth. My wife has called me out. And then what got me was he took the sign from this woman in the crowd, and all you heard her say was, "Give me my damn sign back," and he ripped it up in her face. And then she did this.
I still say that was a plant.
I was like, what?
I say that's a plant.
You think that was planned?
Yes, I think so too.
Because, I mean, what person you know would have their sign taken from them and then get it ripped up in their face?
See? That is the plant.
Oh, my God. That was terrible.
Anyway, damn it, there was something else I was going to say about this match.
Oh, when his face, when Drake Maverick's face hit the guardrail.
Oh, yeah,
that was brutal.
Oof. That looked bad. Yeah, the finish came towards the ending, where came down to the wire, where Mike Kanellis looked like he was about to go for, I think, a crossroads or something.
Yeah.
And
what do they call that, by the way?
I don't remember, because, you know, he never wins a match with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he suddenly drops Drake after catching wind of Drake Maverick's 24/7 posters.
Yeah.
You know, looking for R-Truth. He gets pissed. He starts, you know, throwing them around, shreds one of them, shoves it in Drake's mouth, beats up on him. Drake, you know, pulls it out of his mouth, realizes what it is, and he starts, you know, just getting mad.
Yeah, he starts to do his mini version of hulking up.
I don't get the story of that. Why did he suddenly just, like, get enraged when he saw that belt?
I have no idea.
Either way, he beat Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
Drake Maverick won, which means Mike Kanellis does not get a Cruiserweight title opportunity.
Yeah, and his pregnant 24/7 championship wife was not happy because she looked like she was just disgusted, and she immediately walked off.
Yeah. Keep talking. I need to put the camera on, John.
Alright, next we have NXT from Full Sail University leading up to NXT TakeOver Toronto. The main event of this show would be Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era taking on the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Now, we started off the show with Prince Pretty, NXT Breeze himself, Tyler Breeze, taking on 1/3 of the Forgotten Sons, Jackson Ryker. Now, Jackson Ryker pretty much has the bigger size, if you will, when it comes to him and Tyler. But Tyler put up a good fight, of course.
But there's one thing you can't forget. Tyler Breeze is very manly. He's got a beard.
Facts! Facts! Only difference is he doesn't have tattoos all over him like Jackson does.
Oh, I love that promo from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but Tyler found a way to get the job done, despite the manpower that Jackson possesses. He got the victory. Afterwards, the other two members of the group decided to beat him down, and who decided to come out and help him?
Da, 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 da.
Fandango. Yeah. And I gotta say, no homo, Fandango looks ripped. He looks like he's been losing weight.
Well, I mean, he left because he was injured.
Yeah.
And they haven't been doing anything, so you got no choice but to come back look jacked, unless you're Sami Zayn. He
True.
came back from injured, and he didn't look jacked. He just looked kind of meh.
Yeah, like he did before he got injured.
Exactly. Anyway, but yeah, Fandango came out there, helped, tried to even the odds. It was still 2-on-3.
Yeah, but, you know, the nice guys stood tall.
Yeah, the nice guys. We're just going to call them the nice guys.
Yeah.
Oh, good is too harsh of a word. We're just going to call them nice guys. Now, they put Cutler to bed with stereo super kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice. I'd say if they're not going to use him on the main roster, Breezango go on NXT.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Because them bringing talents back down to NXT is really doing wonders. I mean, look at Killian Dane. He's got something to work with now.
Yeah.
Of course, Fandango came back.
Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze came back. They both came back to rousing applause.
Yes.
Apollo Crews, even though it was a one-night only kind of deal, he still came back to a, audacious response.
Yes. Yeah, like you said, it's really working, and it's really benefiting to those who don't get used on main roster, because at least they don't have to sit in catering for like 2 or 3 hours.
Or just be like EC3.
Red Solo Cup.
Speaking of sending people back down to NXT, I don't think they should send back EC3.
Why?
I think they should send him away. Let him go.
Yeah, let him go elsewhere.
Let him go to, I don't know, let's say AEW. Team him up with MJF.
Why? Because he's better than you and you know it.
That, and they belong to the same class. Top 1%ers.
Yes. There you go.
Anyway, next we move on to the semifinals of the Breakout Tournament.
Yes, the winner would face Jordan Miles at TakeOver Toronto.
Yeah. We had Bronson Reed, the former Jonah Rock, taking on Cameron Grimes, the former Trevor Lee. And I just got to say, I'm backing the right horse on this one.
You know, I thought this match was pretty excellent.
This match was great.
I mean, Bronson Reed coming in, he's what, 320, 350, somewhere around there?
Oh, yeah.
And Cameron Grimes coming in as like a southern maniac, I guess.
Well,
you know, for the longest, I thought he was like British or something.
Must have been the pale skin.
I guess. I don't know.
I remember on Impact they called him the North Carolina Caveman.
Yeah.
It fits.
Like I said, I never knew he was from the States. I always thought he was like British or something. Because I guess the way he looked.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, because he's got a dumb-looking face. I'm sorry, but he does. He's got
His
a dumb...
angry... When he was in Impact, his angry faces just did not appease me, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he just had that angry face like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to be mad? Anyway, yeah, Cameron Grimes got the win with the double knees.
Yeah, Bronson Reed was coming off the ropes doing something, and Cameron Grimes hit a stomp out of nowhere.
Yes.
Got the win. He's moving on to face Jordan Miles at TakeOver. Next, we had a Matt Riddle promo. Damn.
He was leaving from training.
Yeah, but I was trying to remember what he said.
He said, I think he said, Killian Dane, if you want to attack me, or something like that, he said, why don't you do it face-to-face next week, bro? Or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And then he just walked out the door with his flip-flops and his bag and his hat.
And there's no shirt on.
And there's no shirt on, yeah.
I mean, if you look like that, there's an excuse not to walk around with a shirt.
We're just saying.
I mean,
no homo, we're just saying.
I mean, it's academic because, he's in peak physical shape.
Yeah, I mean, he's cut from head to toe, so I mean.
Yeah, so,
why not?
It's not a homo there. I mean, if I looked like that, if I had that physique, you better walk around outside without a shirt on.
I mean, anybody with that physique like Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
I mean, again, why not?
Next we had Shayna Baszler coming out. She addressed Mia Yim's hood rat tactics.
I like this promo.
Oh, I love it.
And
Mia Yim's just too good.
I can tell you what, Mia Yim and Shayna are going to throw down at TakeOver. Because Shayna was like, okay, you've proven your point. You attacked Jessamine Duke, you attacked Marina Shafir, but when you face me, hood rats do not survive very long.
Yeah.
Because she was like, this ain't the streets, this ain't the hood, this ain't this. This is the biggest professional moment of your career.
Yep.
And then Mia Yim came out there, she was like, well, we ain't from the streets, but you looking mighty suspect to me.
No, she said game recognizes game, but you look unfamiliar to me.
Oh yeah.
That was a great line.
Yeah. Then she said, this street rat is gonna kick your ass at TakeOver and take your belt.
Yeah, because she said, I come from the streets. You don't know how to face off against that.
Yeah.
Or something to that degree.
Yeah.
It was really good. I love it. They're gonna have a really killer match.
Yeah. Next we had Candice LeRae. Now, throughout the show, she was in the parking lot, ready to throw down and give Io Shirai some smoke, because they showed what happened last week when she attacked Io, and so General Manager Regal was after he was like, you're not going to get what you're looking for.
I told her specifically to stay away because you were going to, quote, beat her ass.
Yeah. But she asked if she could get a match. She said, I want a match with Io Shirai at TakeOver. He was like, well, you got it.
Fair point. You got it.
Now please leave.
Now please leave.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure your wife is worried about you.
Yeah. Because, so now it's official. Candice LeRae and Io Shirai at TakeOver. Also, the NXT Tag Team Championships will be on the line as the Street Profits will take on Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Era. And next week on NXT, they will have a contract signing to make it official. I find that to be weird that they do it the Wednesday before TakeOver.
I mean, I don't sense anything weird. Now,
maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Probably. Now, it'd be, well, maybe because we're used to contract signings happening like 2 or 3 weeks out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, it should be good.
Now, it'd be mighty suspect if all 4 men walked in there, signed the contract, and walked out with absolutely no bedlam or chaos.
Yeah, because something is going to go down next week during that contract signing, because the Undisputed Era are looking to become the first 3-time tag team champions, while the Street Profits are looking to keep their gold and keep their momentum going as tag team champions.
I'm sorry, but Street Profits are losing those belts.
Yes. I'd sense a bunch of title changes at TakeOver. I think the North American title would change. The only title I don't see changing hands, I almost said the NXT.
I thought you were about to say the Undisputed Championship.
I was going to say the NXT Championship.
NXT.
The NXT Championship is the only championship I don't see changing hands.
Can we call it the Undisputed Championship since Adam Cole has it?
Okay, let's do that. But the Undisputed NXT Championship...
No, not just NXT, just...
Undisputed.
Undisputed.
Okay.
Because Adam Cole is undisputed.
Facts. But
Anyway.
that's the only title I don't see changing hands at TakeOver.
Anyway, we move on to our main event. Speaking of undisputed, we had the undisputed Roderick Strong
Taking on the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Peter Dune.
Peter Dune. Now, these two will challenge the Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship.
The North American Dream Experience.
Okay, I forgot about that. The North American Dream Experience for the North American Championship at TakeOver. These two right here had a killer match.
Oh, they did. They beat the dog shit out of each other.
Now, Roderick was trying to protect his right hand.
Yeah, it was his right.
Yeah,
because Pete Dunne broke it last week.
Yeah, and he just kept working on it and working on it. And Roderick Strong just kept working on Pete Dunne's back. Especially that powerbomb he did, like when he was on the top rope and he pulled him.
Yeah, he pulled him. It wasn't a powerbomb, but like he pulled him and he just carried him through.
Yeah, that was pretty vicious. But yeah, these two killed each other.
Is it fair to say Roderick Strong is underrated?
I agree. I mean, he was underrated during his Ring of Honor days.
I mean, he's just so good. He doesn't have a lot of flash to him.
Yeah.
But he's so good.
He is. I mean, he's very underrated and he's not talked about a lot as, say, his other Undisputed Era members, but he can carry his own weight.
But he's kind of like within the confines of the Undisputed Era. He's kind of like the Dean Malenko type, just really technical.
And I was thinking about that a lot too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Dean Malenko, to this day, I will always say it, one of the most underrated wrestlers ever. He could carry his own, he could do his own thing, and he could put a whooping on you when need to. And that's the same way with Roger Strong. But Pete Dunne ended up getting the victory because he snapped his fingers and Roger just tapped out. I just thought that was a bit wonky.
Yeah.
Was it just me?
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
Because he twisted around, grabbed his arm, snapped his fingers, and Roger was just like, I'm done. And then out came the Velveteen Dream, and he was going to attack Pete Dunne with the belt, but Pete Dunne caught him at the last second. He was like...
He got that look of, oi, what you doing there?
Yeah, what you doing, boy?
What you doing?
Huh? And then Roger said, at TakeOver, none of that's going to matter. That's my belt, because it's going to be undisputed. And then the Velveteen Dream felt the wrath of the Bruiserweight. He got hit... No, he got his fingers broke and got hit with a bitter end.
Yeah.
And that's how we ended the show.
So, yeah. I'd say NXT was definitely the show of the week.
Yeah.
But
I say NXT and 205 from what I've seen thus far.
Yeah. But match of the week goes to Unsanctioned, hands down.
Yes.
I know last week I had two matches of the week.
Which were?
Both 205 Live matches.
Really?
Yeah, the Lucha
Tag team match?
Lucha tag team match that kicked off the show, and then the main event, Swerve versus Gulak.
Oh, yeah.
Both those matches were too good. I couldn't distinguish one from the other.
Okay. Because last week's episode was pretty damn good.
With the exception of Oni Lorcan murdering somebody, but...
And Isaiah Swerve Scott's Brian McKnight theme song.
Ah, yeah.
That again, that shit sounds like something you would fuck your girlfriend to.
It sounds like one of those slow grind jams.
like you're just forcing your girlfriend to listen to this while y'all fucking. Like, listen, we ain't got nothing else to do. We gonna be fucking, so please just listen to this music. And she's like, okay.
Anyway, that is network stuff for this week. We are 1 week out from TakeOver Toronto
and SummerSlam. So it's a big week. It's a big week as far as Toronto goes because WWE is going to be all over the place for Toronto, for a TakeOver Toronto, SummerSlam, Raw, and SmackDown.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, that kind of bothers me. I mean, I get that they're doing the whole thing in one city, but it kind of wears out because not everybody can afford to go to 4 shows, and plus the crowd gets tiring.
Yeah, I imagine they do it for convenience sake.
Yeah,
because they get the building on loan for 4 days, so it's just make the most of it.
Yeah, and for example, SmackDown, they're going all out. I think I read somewhere they're gonna do like a meet and greet because they're gonna be in LA the first night of SmackDown on Fox. So they're gonna do like a meet and greet type thing. I get that they're going hard to promote SmackDown going to Fox, but in some ways it's kind of too much.
Yep, it's too much. They go too hard all day, all night.
Yeah, sometimes people get tired.
Yep, say yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, TakeOver definitely going to be one of the best shows of the week as per usual.
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam's going to have no hope.
No. So yeah, I wonder how long the pre-show's going to be. I wonder how long this year's show's going to be. How long was last year's show?
Well, it's a big show, so it's going to be about 6, maybe 7 hours. Because it's always a 2-hour pre-show.
I hope they cut it down to 1 hour.
They're not.
I hope so. I know they're not, but I hope so.
Like, what I want to know is, with this Fox deal, how are the pay-per-views going to be structured?
I don't know. Last I heard, they're testing out new expensive camera equipment.
Yeah. Because
they're trying to make SmackDown more sports oriented and more cinematic. They're testing out the new cameras.
Well, I get that. It's just, how will they go? Are they still going to be cross-brand pay-per-views, or are they going to go back to the old days of, Raw's going to have these special pay-per-views, SmackDown's going to have these special pay-per-views, and the only time they are cross-brand is on the Big 4.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it. And I really hope they get rid of that dumbass wild card rule, because I think they're going to get rid of that. Which
Yeah.
makes sense, because it has just thrown everything off. Now, I will say what Seth has said. I do agree with him when he says it's basically thrown everything off, and it just doesn't make sense. I mean, everybody says that the wild card rule does not make sense.
They don't even talk. They don't even mention the words wild card anymore.
I noticed that.
Last time I heard wild card was that episode of SmackDown with the town hall, because Cesaro came out there, and Shane McMahon said, "You're a Raw wild card. What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
That was the last time I heard of it. But yeah, apparently they're going to lock down the rosters when Fox takes over.
That's good. They need to.
But you know, my original question still stands: how are they going to do the pay-per-views if they're going to lock the rosters down?
I have no idea. We'll see between now and October.
Ooh, maybe we can get more invasion segments. Not like the invasion. You know, that was a crapshoot. But like SmackDown just randomly invades Raw close to the Survivor Series.
They need to do that at certain moments.
At certain moments. They don't need to abuse it.
Because they are known to abuse certain things and just not make people care. But certain moments, say like, I don't know, WrestleMania. Like when it's like they need to have like a couple cross-brand matches.
Okay, cross-brand matches, yes. But
Yeah.
like invading the other's locker room, that needs to be around Survivor Series.
Okay.
Like when Becky led the charge last year.
Or Natalia did it. I think it was Natalia, where they showed that picture where she looked like she was touching Zack Ryder's junk.
What? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying, you remember when she led the charge a couple years ago?
I think.
And it was this big deal where they tried to make it look like she was touching his junk as they were coming through the locker room. I know they ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I don't remember that. I don't know where you were going with that one.
I wasn't going, I mean...
Are you talking about while Kurt Angle was general manager?
Yes, and they made him come out on stage.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't trying to say that had anything to do with it, but, you know.
I was just wondering, what the hell
it was the year where they made Kurt Angle watch his roster get beat up.
Yeah.
And then last year when Becky got her nose busted open.
That's still a great visual.
That is still one of the best moments, even though it sucked. It's still one of the best visuals.
Still one of the best visuals. It's like Stone Cold after he passed out to the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Where he was just pouring at the face.
Yes. So that's where I was going with that.
I was about to say, what the hell does Natalia touching junk have to do with anything?
Anyway. But I get your point. They need to do that during Survivor Series. Moments like Survivor Series and WrestleMania. Or even Royal Rumble.
I don't know about WrestleMania. Royal Rumble, maybe. Survivor Series, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, WrestleMania, they need to set up some cross matches, yes.
Yes.
And turn the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal into a brand Battle Royal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not like they're doing anything with that.
Have they ever done anything with it that I know of?
Yeah, nobody's gotten a push from it. Nobody.
That is true.
You know what they need to do? Take that, move it to the pre-show of Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense for WrestleMania. Because last year they did it in front of like a half-empty stadium in which no one cared.
Yeah.
And I don't think the stadium was even half empty. It's probably like a third of the people there.
Yeah.
And nobody cared. That has to suck. You're wrestling in front of almost a half-empty stadium.
Yeah, because they put... Wait, no. I think it was on the main card this year.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was on the main card because they had those dopes from SNL on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Braun Strowman won it, and... Where's his push?
Oh, he's too busy dealing with a pregnant woman who has a green and gold belt.
And to think, a couple of weeks ago, he was potentially murdering somebody.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, WWE needs more potential murder storylines. Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, make them go around potentially murdering people. That's how you thin the roster. Them potentially murdering people while they silently slip down to NXT.
Yeah.
They slip down to NXT out of fear for their life. There we go. That's continuity. Continuity.
Yeah. I don't know. At this point, but yeah, just get rid of the whole Battle Royal in general.
I still say move it to Royal Rumble. I like pre-show Royal Rumble.
I don't know. I don't care.
Anyway, I'm War Machine MJ.
And I'm Rodimus Prime.
We are the 3 Count Mafia, and we'll see you guys next time.